It sounds like the plot of a horror movie, but it's not. This story is very, very real. In June of 2025, the quiet coastal town of Port Lincoln in South Australia was shaken by a crime that no one could have imagined. A woman named Samantha Lee, a 34-year-old former reality TV contestant and OnlyFans creator, was arrested under circumstances so bizarre that even seasoned detectives admitted they had never seen anything like it. Her alleged victim? Her partner, Julian Story, a local man who had been living with her. Neighbors described them as an unusual couple, sometimes loving, sometimes explosive, but no one could have predicted the chilling discovery that would follow. Julian was reported missing. Days later, police uncovered fragments of evidence suggesting he had been killed. But what stunned investigators wasn't just the murder itself, it was what was missing. Julian's body was found in a fragmented state, and his head was nowhere to be seen. Police immediately launched a large-scale search. Dive teams scoured Boston Bay. Specialized cadaver dogs were deployed along the Parnkala Trail. Forensic experts combed through bushland and industrial sites. Yet despite weeks of effort, the victim's head remained missing. And then came the twist. During their investigation, officers discovered something they described as a bizarre shrine. Hidden away in Samantha's residence, it wasn't just evidence of violence, it was evidence of something far stranger. According to leaked reports, the shrine was constructed with candles, symbolic objects, and what looked like ritualistic patterns drawn across walls and floors. Investigators stopped short of confirming whether it had occult connections, but the chilling atmosphere left even hardened detectives shaken. Imagine this: a well-known social media creator, someone who sold curated images and videos to thousands online, secretly harboring what looked like the set of a psychological horror film inside her home. For fans who knew her as bubbly, glamorous, and approachable, the revelation was like finding out your favorite influencer lived a double life in the shadows. The case exploded in Australian headlines. Journalists swarmed Port Lincoln. Neighbors whispered about strange noises, odd behavior, and Samantha's increasingly erratic mental state. When police finally moved in to arrest her, what they found was another shocking detail. She was in what officers called a catatonic state. Unresponsive, staring blankly, almost as if she had slipped into another world. But the arrest did not go smoothly. While being taken into custody, Samantha allegedly lashed out, assaulting an emergency worker. That added yet another charge to her growing list of accusations. The media coverage quickly turned sensational. Headlines read, "OnlyFans star turned alleged killer. The missing head mystery, Shrine of Horror in Port Lincoln." For true crime enthusiasts, it was almost too strange to believe. Here was a story with all the elements of a horror novel: a public figure with a secret life, a gruesome murder, a missing body part, and the eerie discovery of a shrine. But for investigators, it was no work of fiction. They had to piece together what actually happened on the night Julian died. Neighbors reported hearing shouting late into the night. Some claimed Samantha had been acting paranoid in the weeks leading up to the incident. Others said she had become increasingly isolated, rarely leaving the house. The timeline painted by detectives suggests that Julian was killed sometime in early June. What happened after remains unclear. Did Samantha dispose of the head to prevent identification? Was it part of some twisted ritual tied to the shrine? Or was there another accomplice, someone else involved in hiding crucial evidence? To this day, the head has not been found. As the case moved to court, shocking details continued to emerge. Samantha appeared before a judge with vacant eyes, at times refusing to speak. Prosecutors laid out the charges: one count of murder, one count of interfering with a corpse, and one count of assaulting an emergency worker. The defense, meanwhile, hinted at her mental state, suggesting she was in no condition to stand trial. But whether insanity or intent, the result was the same. Julian's Story was dead, and the crime scene left behind looked more like a nightmare than a domestic dispute. The missing head became a symbol of the case. Without it, prosecutors argued, vital forensic evidence was lost. No clear cause of death could be determined. No toxicology, no head wounds to examine. The absence wasn't just gruesome, it was strategic. Public reaction was divided. Some called Samantha a monster, others saw her as a deeply disturbed woman who snapped under unknown pressures. On social media, fans scrolled back through her old OnlyFans and Instagram posts, searching for hidden signs, dark captions, cryptic images, or anything that hinted at the horror to come. And here's where the story becomes almost mythic: the shrine, the missing head, the influencer mask hiding a darker identity. It reads like urban legend, yet it's documented in official police reports. Even seasoned officers admitted it was one of the strangest cases they'd ever encountered. For now, Samantha sits in custody awaiting trial. Investigators continue searching for Julian's head, hoping to bring closure to his family and strengthen the case against her. But with every passing day, the mystery grows colder. And that's what makes this case unforgettable. Not just the brutality of the crime, not just the fact that the alleged killer was a recognizable face online, but the haunting sense that something here defies explanation. Because somewhere in the shadows of Port Lincoln, Julian's head is still missing.